Hello.
Good evening. Well, actually, I won't say good evening in case some people are listening to this in the morning. So, hello, hi, what's the buzz? Yo, let's get going.
Okay, okay, that's enough. Thank you. I I hope you know that the listener is not presuming this to be live, my dear. Yeah, so you can shake it up. You can say good evening.
Yeah, but if they're listening to it in the morning, I don't want it to sort of sound passé and
Yeah, but
out of date.
we're talking about the Macclesfield by-election, so they're going to know
Yeah, okay, that's
rough
true.
ballpark of when we're talking.
Yeah,
So this
that's
is
true.
episode two.
Okay.
Exciting.
Yeah. I'm glad we're racing ahead. Do we know how many viewers we had for episode or listeners, I should say, for episode one?
16.
60.
16, 1-6.
Ah, okay. Is that good?
I wouldn't say it's good. I mean, it's not terrible. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not 1,000, but it's not 11. So
Yeah. Yeah, sort of midpoint between the two. So something to build on. Something those people are the
is that a
pioneers.
joke? Is that a joke?
No, I'm just
It's
being
not midway between the two, is it?
no,
It's
you say I'm too negative, so I'm just being positive. Um, these people were the pioneers, the first listeners. We're going to build a whole
I mean, a lot
tribe.
of them, quite a few of them were me clicking on it from different YouTube accounts.
Oh, okay. But
Anyway, that's
not
we
all of
probably
them.
shouldn't discuss that now.
No.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's a start. It's a start. Thank you for your
Yeah. So,
optimism.
so topical news. The Macclesfield by-election. We had Mr. Burnham won.
Or
Yeah, great.
as some might say, the Labour Party won.
Yes, as Keir Starmer might say, Labour won, but the news and most supporters would say Andy Burnham won. You were up there, weren't you?
I were, I were.
Yeah, you were.
I have to say it was rather enjoyable to campaign for the first time, especially in a by-election, having done crew under Mr. Brown,
Mm.
in those Halcyon Halcyon days. Right, so
Halcyon days of New Labour.
is it Halcyon or Halcyon?
I believe it's Halcyon, but uh, it's not a word that comes up that often, is it? So
I've only ever read it, so I wouldn't know
I don't think many of our listeners will notice.
understand
But
it, to be honest.
yeah, that's true.
Well, the point is people in Crewe and Macclesfield won't know what we're on about,
No,
so let's get to the point.
no.
So it was nice to canvass in a by-election and be able to say, vote out this bloody government, vote
Yes,
Labour.
indeed. Yeah.
Obviously, I did not say that. I followed the instructions on my board, but
Mm.
but when I was door knocking and did speak to an L5, they were always like, "I voted for Andy." They were never like, "I'm voting Labour." So, I mean, that's intel you probably already know. The average person probably knows, but
Mm.
I mean,
But it's
from
still a
my
good
side,
insight. Yeah.
I've got to say, like, I was pleasantly surprised that there was so much tactical voting from a place like Makerfield. No offense.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I
expect
mean?
it from sort of Oxford, Cambridge, maybe Edinburgh, Brighton. You don't
Sorry,
expect it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Where I'm from,
Sevenoaks. You are, yeah.
there's a lot of tactical voting in Surrey, where I'm from.
Mm.
Oh, but sorry, just in case anyone's concerned, anyone from Party HQ listening, I've never voted tactically. In Surrey, I've never voted
No,
Lib Dem.
no. It's obviously we ourselves would never vote tactically, but it's good that other party
Yes.
supporters sometimes do it, isn't it? As they did for Labour and Andy Burnham. So yeah,
Yeah.
what was it like up there? What was the atmosphere in the north?
Well, it was a bit bleak, but that's what you expect. That's why it's enjoyable. But
Yes.
I left the campaign HQ to get the bus to Wigan, which was thoroughly exciting
Mm,
because I looked up Google Maps and it was like an hour to Lancaster because I was obviously canvassing en route to the lakes,
indeed.
and it was an hour from like the community centre to Lancaster. It was an hour, and I couldn't get over it because that's how long it takes me to commute from southwest London to London. Do you know what I mean? For work.
I do.
So there is something about this bee network, you know. I think this is all Andy. So it's
Yeah.
great, really. I so anyway, I was leaving for the bus, which, you know, was in 10 minutes time, so I was going to grab a tinny on the way. And next to HQ, there are a couple of men who were putting up on a ladder, were putting up a huge reform sign next to the HQ.
Oh.
I know. So
Do
obviously
you
I
think they
thought,
were like reform supporters?
I think possibly seeing as they were putting up a reform sign,
Mm.
yes. I I'm no detective, but my deductions I
Did
think
they
were
sort of
correct.
look like reform supporters?
Well, I couldn't tell. I'd like to tell more of the story before we explore that. I ran into
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell
HQ.
the tale you told.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I ran into HQ and felt very self-important. Well, no, just important because I were, and grabbed a sort of virile young party staffer who dashed out and told them what was going on. And they asked the men up the ladder if they had permission. And one of them just very sarcastically opined, yeah, we do, mate. Do you want to ask the landowner again? So sadly, I realised that the sort of sprawling
Ah,
estate next to HQ was a reform supporter. Um, but yeah, I mean, in answer to your question, when they started speaking, yeah, they seemed kind of lower middle class, possibly higher working class. Um, you know, gents.
yeah.
I have to say, it
So what?
didn't
Like not like toilet cleaners, but builders maybe or
builders. Yeah, it didn't look like they rented the.
artisans.
It didn't look like they rented the ladder. So,
Mm.
you know, was there a beer belly? Possibly, but there's many on our side as well, and I
Were
think
there
that's how we've been able to court the working class vote in
yeah,
Makerfield.
absolutely. Were they kind of tattooed with the Cross of St. George?
Well, it was a bit rainy that day, so I think they had
So
layers
they were
on, and I didn't want to get too close as well
like
because, you know,
string vests and
I wouldn't have felt
like
that safe, you know, as a
yeah,
woman. So
sure.
I kept my distance, and obviously I just got the party staffer, probably the poorly paid one, to like challenge them. And then he was a bit sheepish, embarrassed, so was I. So we kind of went our separate ways. But um, yeah, I mean, they didn't look like they had, you know, that they never did cash in hand jobs. Let's put it that way.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, reform's kind of you would expect it from people like that. But the estate on which they were putting the banner, I mean, this is what I did notice. A lot of the large houses had reform posters. And I mean, I was only in one ward, but
Do
I
you
think
think
that
that's the
probably speaks
workmen who are
for
working on those houses putting them up, like the plumbers, the builders, or do you
possibly.
think that's the owners?
I think generally you would have to ask permission, and I think it
Mm.
probably would have got leaked to the press if it were the work people. But you never know. I mean, I would not put it past Reform to then pay pay the landowners off if they found out that their sort of maids and servants were putting up Reform posters in their gardens. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm obviously pleased about the result. I did you see Mike Tapp on the BBC News
I
election
didn't have that
coverage?
pleasure, I'm afraid. No,
Well,
what's he doing?
it's not like I was sitting there taking notes, but he did say, well, you know, if Andy runs for Prime Minister, which irked me somewhat. It's not really a thing, is it?
No, it's a bit American. He's been watching The West Wing. We don't really have a prime ministerial elections, do we, and primaries? Maybe it would be better if we did, but we have a parliamentary system. So
So yes, I mean we're electing the leader currently.
it's
Well,
disappointing from a gentleman who does all these videos of like AI history. You'd think
I
Mr. Tapp would
know,
know that.
done his research.
Dear, oh dear.
But no, it's been a good week all in all. How was your week?
Um, yeah, it was okay. Obviously, recording this was what I was most looking forward to. But I went to work. I ate. I walked about. I eagerly followed the news. I've had the Guardian live blog open.
Are you still using Strava when you go to the supermarket?
Um, Oh, I've actually forgot last time. It's not very good reception in our local Waitrose, but I do like recording all my walks, so I will try and do it when I'm next at a supermarket with working Wi-Fi, um, I or
You don't need
5G. I will do
Wi-Fi.
so.
You don't need Wi-Fi. It's called a global positioning satellite. That's what
Yeah,
it
but
uses.
our one obviously wasn't working. It's obviously covering the globe, but not this area when I was in, not the local Waitrose. But anyway, enough about me. How was your week? What have you
It
been
was
up
it was
to?
okay actually. I went to work in fact,
Oh, well
which is,
done.
I know,
Um,
yeah.
Remind me what were you doing?
What do I do for work? Well, I
Yes,
work with people
obviously I know,
with
but tell our
I
listeners.
work with people with mental illnesses.
Oh, right. So like depression and anxiety or the like.
Well, it's sort of more complex stuff really. So people with things like street attachment
Oh,
syndrome,
yes.
people with various addictions like addiction to crime.
Oh,
So
crime addiction, yeah.
I essentially work with people with those mental illnesses, often end up in institutions, particularly prison, sometimes sort of mental health prisons, and they're
And do
never
you have to
allowed out.
visit the prisons?
I don't have to, I choose to because I'm a good person like that. But yeah, I today actually I handed out fresh fruit and veg to
Ah,
convicts. Yeah. I
ah,
mean, usually I would go to a Waitrose like yourself, but because it lasts longer. Never a local market, obviously, because it just
no.
goes mouldy. But with the cost of living crisis, I've been scouting around the local food banks and I've been using them. So yeah, the bananas are kind of more on the brown side and the carrots are a bit sort of limp, but it's really
Hmm.
important that they use fresh fruit and veg because their mental health
Still better than
conditions,
the turkey nuggets or whatever they would be having without you.
exactly, and
Yeah.
hopefully the inspiration of the fruit and veg inspires them to cook it up into something really healthy and
Yeah.
borrow some herbs and spices from the sort of the prison kitchen because they didn't have any of those at the food bank. So,
No, no. Well, they
um,
wouldn't, would they?
no, no. And do you know what I do with the fruit and veg before I hand it out?
I don't. You'll have to tell me.
I write inspirational quotes
Oh,
on them.
wow.
Yeah, I
What
know.
sort of thing? What sort of thing?
Just like you are loved, keep
Yeah.
going. Um, you may be a sex offender, but I love you.
Yeah.
That that kind of thing.
Live life, laugh. What's that one? What's the one with the 3 L's? Love's Labour's Lost. What's that one?
Um, live, laugh, love. Yeah,
Live,
and
love, love. Yep.
the other one I did, but they threw it in the bin, or actually the prison warden ate it. It was I wrote it's Prosecco o'clock.
Are they
I
allowed
just think they need to cheer them up. Well, are they
Prosecco in
allowed? I mean,
prison?
they kind of make money in prison through various means, and then they manage to, smuggle. Anyway, let's not go into all that. I don't want to get
Ah,
anyone
okay.
into more trouble.
No,
But
no.
they like a drink. I mean, there's not much else to do, but that's because they're all alcoholics as well.
Well,
They're
now
all
they can eat their
addicted to
fruit,
alcohol.
can't they? Or they can have like a cocktail with a slice of lemon or
Or they
lime.
can have fermented fruit, which in
Yeah,
itself will
a
get them
smoothie,
drunk. No,
prison
no, I
smoothie,
mean, yeah, but like an alcoholic one.
like from the roots of a tree, like on Pitkin Island.
Yeah, exactly like that. So,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
that's what I
great.
was doing this week. I mean,
Well done.
speaking of food banks, I was volunteering at one recently because
Mm.
I not only work with them, I also volunteer. So, we got this donation of posh cheese from,
Oh,
I know, and there were a few councillors visiting. I don't know if it coincided. Um,
which party were they from?
well, when I tell you what they did, um, they basically the cheese arrived, which you would presume was for the clientele, the
The
service
needy.
users, the needy, the poor, the useless,
Yeah,
because they can't even buy their own food. Uh,
the
and
deserving
one of
poor.
yes, yeah, yeah. And one of the councillors made a beeline, and I promise you, just roof through it. Is that a word?
Good
Roofed?
Lord.
and stole some of the cheese. And I was genuinely shocked because I was
Good
like,
Lord.
yeah, and guess which party?
But that's not very sporting. I don't know. I
A
hope it wasn't.
Labour councillor, a Labour
Good Lord.
councillor. That was
Outrageous.
my, you know what I was doing there, yeah?
You were doing an impression of former leader of the opposition, Neil Kinnock,
Yes, yes.
1985 Brighton conference speech.
But yeah,
No,
that
it
I've
is
never forgotten
shocking.
that.
Yes,
But
that is
um,
shocking.
but yes, I'm very happy about Burnham. I don't think he
Yeah,
would do
he would
anything
never
like
do
that.
that. No, he would. He
No.
would have given them more cheese or a pint.
I have to say, I think the councillors work really hard, and you know, poor people aren't going to like Stilton, right?
Yeah,
So you can't really
you can't
blame him.
judge every councillor for this one cheese eating fellow, can you? Or was it a woman?
I really don't want to be sued because I think when this
Okay.
podcast like really lifts off,
Yeah, there might be like
yeah,
investigations into who it
yeah.
was. Yeah, so
So before we go, can I just say that I'm having a bit of trouble with the admin of this podcast, division of labour and all that.
mm,
Um, because basically when I upload it to the YouTube, it's kind of quite boring to look at. It's just got our faces on it.
sorry. Yeah, but we can't really do anything about that, can we?
Could you open your bit of the script, please, for this bit?
Uh, a script. We have a script. Yeah, let's see. Um,
Yeah, so in answer to your question, yes, we are on video on YouTube, but it's meant to be just an audio thing. So I'm going to upload it to two audio channels, but currently it's only existing on YouTube.
okay.
Do you think that's a problem?
Well, most young people use YouTube, don't they? Until Mr. Starmer bats Sir Keir, until Sir Keir bans them, they will be using YouTube. So I think that's fine. I think it's one of the best search engines.
Yes, so I agree. I mean, that's really why I think it's important until the ban that people can access our content,
Yeah.
which is really important on the YouTube. But I will get to put it on audio as well, so people can. That's when we can start to monetize it.
Will it be on TikTok?
I hope no. I hope not. I think we're a bit too old for that. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, will it be on Spotify?
Yes, that's what I'm doing with
Cool.
the audio thing.
That's cool. I'm very impressed. Okay, well that was episode 2. Shall we say goodbye to our listeners?
Yes, yes. I'm feeling emotional, a bit like John McDonnell earlier
Yeah.
with Andy.
Oh. Well,
Sweet
you
man.
know, it's tears of joy.
I know it's like we're going to finally unite, aren't we?
Yeah.
In
All
opposition
the
to
to everyone will unite the workers, the intellectuals, the people who are a little bit racist, the non-racists. It's going to be great.
on that note, thanks. See
Yeah,
you
on that
soon.
note, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Any sponsors interested, especially Waitrose, DMs
Yep,
are open.
we can talk about Waitrose more if needs be. We'll discuss. But yeah, thanks very much. Lots of like. Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Have I pressed stop recording?
Farewell. I think so. Are we still recording?
Yeah, I really need to wee, so I'm going to do that while I upload it. Is that
Okay.
okay? Yeah. All right. Thanks. Um, and can you send me the money, please, for the kumquats?
Yes, I will do.
Yeah.